with Aelot Iskander executed for allying with your father during the Mage Wars, the Iskander lands have since fallen into anarchy. On your journey, you've met many travelers, sunk.
Building completed.
It'll only take a
Yes.
second.
We're being attacked!
That should work. All right, then, let's get to it.
Get ready! All right, here's nothing. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Understood.
Well then, it'll take a second.
You read my mind.
All right, then, let's get to it.
Here we go.
It'll only take a second. All right, then, let's get to it. Chop, chop, man. Let's get to work. All right, then, let's get to it.
All right, here goes nothing. Get ready!
What is it?
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Whatever's necessary.
Would you like to push for a change?
What's next?
She's ready to fire. Come on.
Yes. They will fall.
You got it.
Hey, you there!
Help me! Please! You need to get me out of here!
That must be Iskrim.
Would you like to push for a change?
Got it.
Get ready.
They will fall. Whatever's necessary. That's it. We won.
Great. Now time to free that dwarf.
By Nihalf. Is it over? I thought they would skin me alive.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Expansion is the key to victory.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
What is it?
Yes?
Building completed.
All right, give me a second.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Sounds like a plan.
What do we need? Interesting.
I'll take a look.
Building completed.
By Nihalf. Thank you. These are Farland people, aren't they? I can't believe they really came for me.
The orcs were threatening to destroy their village. I made sure we'd be there in time to save you.
I see. Oh, by the fires of Bargagor. All these bodies. How many people did you lose to get through?
Either the orcs or Farland had to go. They knew what they were in for. You're Iskrim, correct?
I am. Tell me, you don't look like one of these Farland people. How did you do this?
That's a long story.
Indeed. And at the risk of sounding heartless, time isn't exactly on our side.
I see. Well, then I best head off now. Thank you for everything, friend. You saved my life.
Hold on a moment. There's a reason we came for you. Rondar Lacane, the Harbinger of Light, sent us.
Ah, well, that's, interesting. Why?
Well, because he thinks we can stop the Bloodburn. You're looking for the ancient Shaper City, right? Mullandir?
Well, yeah, that's what he hired me for. But what does Mullandir have to do with the Bloodburn? That's that gruesome plague, isn't it?
Yes. Magically gifted people are capable of hearing a voice before an outbreak of the Bloodburn occurs. It resembles some kind of song, and is sung in Shaper language.
A song? Well, that's certainly an interesting connection. I actually think I even know what you're talking about. So I'm guessing that song is why Lacane hired me to find the city in the first place.
Yes, he suggested that we join up.
Huh. Well, why not? Actually, you might be in luck. I believe I found the entrance to the city 2 days ago. But before I could get inside, the orcs took me. But would you mind continuing this conversation someplace else? Somewhere not littered with blood and corpses, if possible.
I agree. We should report back to Clara anyway, if the militiamen haven't told her already. Then our new friend can help us find the way to the Lost City.
Sounds like a plan.
Corporal? Huh. Intriguing.
That way?
Well then. This will be a masterpiece.
Old Audrey's son just came running into the village, telling everyone you made it. Is that true? Are the orcs dead?
They are. For now, at least.
For now. I don't like how that sounds. But I suppose you're right. The peaceful times are over. So, what are your plans now?
There's an ancient Shaper city nearby, and the dwarf knows a way inside. We're going there as soon as possible.
A Shaper city? Would you mind telling me what the Harbinger is hoping to find there?
This.
A cure for the bloodburn.
Huh. A lofty goal. Well, darling, I just hope you know what you're doing. As they say, some secrets are better left buried. Do you think you could come back once you're done there? There's something else I might need your help with. I have some, how shall I say, friends in high places. And something tells me that you'll need more allies soon.
Why would I need allies? We're not trying to start a war.
I know, and maybe I'm wrong, but you've got something about you that attracts trouble. Motion, so to speak. And even if I'm wrong, we could still really use your help.
What kind of friends in high places would a village mayor have?
Enough. Just trust me.
All right. I'll see what I can do. Then I guess we should go.
Guess you should. Goodbye, and good luck.
Thank you. Isgrim, where is that entrance?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it should be up north. I suggest you lead the way, Corporal.
Looking for potions and scrolls? I'm sure I have just what you need. Good choice.
Armors and shields. Everything from copper daggers to moon silver swords.
Was that just me, or?
The Song of the White. Yes. There might be bloodburn soon.
So, that was the song you were talking about?
Yes.
Sod it. Yes. I remember now. I've heard it before. Very faintly, though. I mistook you for the wind.
Many people do, I guess.
Farewell.
All right, why not?
Huh. Interesting.
Well then, I think this should be it.
A chunk of rocks.
At the risk of blowing your mind, the most prominent feature of a hidden entrance usually is that it's hidden. We just need to find a way to open it. Alright, let's try this. Zaran Yege Yanor!
Brace yourselves.
Maybe you mispronounced the words.
Look, there might be a great many things you can do that I can't, but reading a text from a piece of paper isn't among them. I'm not stupid.
Well, but you did say you're not exactly an expert on Shaper language. Let us have a try.
Fine, whatever. Go ahead.
Xaren Nige Yanor.
You did it. By Nihal, you did it! We opened the door to the Lost City!
Impressive.
Yes, impressive. For millennia, no one has ever opened that door.
A shapeshifter. I'm guessing you're here to avenge your brethren?
No. I'm simply intrigued by what you just did. To build an army from pitchfork-wielding villagers and destroy the Khal of an orc tribe is one thing. But to open that door, That's an entirely different story. Look, I know this might sound odd from orc to human, but I might need someone with your skills. So, if you're interested, meet me at the foot of Barga Gore. I think we could help each other.
Hang on. Why would you want to help me after I killed your brethren?
They weren't my brethren. These orcs you killed were ash reavers. I'm a fire wielder, and they had it coming to them. Invading human territory was just foolish. I have no sympathy for them. Either way, consider my offer.
Well, that was strange.
We'll think on this later.
Think on this? So you're actually considering his offer?
Maybe. The mayor wasn't so wrong about the fact that we might need allies. Now let's go in, shall we?
Sure. Lead the way.
Though your legs ache and your stomach burns with hunger, you cannot help but feel a vague sense of anticipation as you descend into the black tunnels. For the first time in a very long time, you feel as if you have direction, purpose. You're pulled from your thoughts as you see shadows dancing on the walls up ahead in the tunnel. A fire.
Ugh. Is it just me, or does it smell rotten in here?
I'm afraid you're right. Even though the more pressing question should be, why are there lit candles in a place that hasn't been open for millennia?
But you are certain this is the path to Millendeer?
Absolutely. Something lives down here. The only question is, what?
I guess we'll find out. Uh-huh.
What? Strange creatures. Run!
Let me see. Sure.
Will do. You read my mind.
Strange creatures, but made of flesh. God King will want. God King needs flesh.
Here we go.
They will fall.
Huh. Interesting.
Let's see.
Sure. Blazes. What is that thing?
Looks like a golem to me. Maybe the Shapers created it.
Huh.
Speak the words.
Is that my imagination, or did that thing just talk to me?
I'm afraid so.
You err. Speak the words.
Open.
You err.
Huh?
Human. So we aren't the first to enter these tunnels.
But he's mummified. He might have been here for thousands of years.
Hibernian, maybe. It's hard to tell, but that might be tattoos on his forehead.
Sounds like a plan. All right, here goes nothing. Get ready. Here we go.
No, 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 stop! What is the meaning of this? Why you killing God King Scions? You. Ugh. You smell unclean. Filthy. Strange creatures you are. Where come from? Who are?
We aren't your enemy. Your people attacked us first.
Yes, Scions did attack you because Scions were scared. God King wants you no harm. God King is good person, protects people from the great evil in dark beyond. But to protect, God King needs power. And for power, needs Scion flesh. Flesh is power. Raw and strong.
Wait a moment. Did you just say that you eat your own people?
To protect! To protect from dark beyond! God King has to. If not, he will lose power.
So, what do you protect your people from? Monsters?
From horror, from pain. But strange flesh people would not understand. Strange flesh people have not seen it.
Seen what?
Horrors! Unspeakable evil, mist and fangs and darkness bred from Lost City. 14th day, it comes and takes Scions, children, men, women, eats them, slaughters them. And only power can drive it back. And for power, God King needs flesh. Sad, sad cycle of pain.
Maybe he's talking about a spectral abomination, a kind of ghost. I've read about these in some writings on Shape of Ruins.
Or maybe he's just plain bonkers. I guess we won't be around long enough to find out.
What's a bonkers? God King does not like to be talked about like that.
What is this power you were talking about?
Magic! Old magic. Learned from great-great-great-grandfather, old God King. But to use, God King needs flesh. Fresh flesh of Scion on 13th day.
He might be talking about a primitive form of necromancy.
And it requires him to eat his people to use it.
Who knows? We all know how fond these priests of Nor are of their shady rituals.
This is gruesome.
Gruesome? Strange fleshmen didn't listen, did they? If God King does not eat, God King loses power. And then evil from dark beyond will take them all. Ugh! Strange fleshmen, disrespectful. Strange fleshmen should leave. Go back where they came from.
We can't. We're here to find the lost city, Mullendir. The dark beyond, as you call it.
But you will die.
We don't have much of a choice. Can you help us get past this gate?
I God King does not like, but God King understands. Yes, he will help, but you will help God King first.
What do you want?
It's simple. Group of treacherous scions tried to steal my throne. You kill scions for God King. Bring him their flesh as proof. God King shows you way through door. Understood? God King will be here.
Then we need to take care of them.
You got it. Am I the only one who just saw that?
I'm afraid not. It must have been another goblin.
Yeah, and a pretty damn big one.
Looks pretty narrow. I don't think we'll fit through there. Though maybe... Wait, do you hear that? Grunting. Maybe the goblin built a workshop behind that wall.
Maybe we could lure it out by throwing some meat at it? Macabre, I know, but if it gets the job done...
Now would you look at that? Good. We best get some cover now. Let's see if this works.
Meat! Tasty, tasty food for power!
Just give the word.
Whatever's necessary.
Fee, fi, fo, fum, I. Fresh meat. Eat you! I will eat you!
It's over.
Got it.
That way?
Cry right. God King too strong. God King too cruel.
He took mother, he took son! God...
More fighting. Does this never end?
I think that was it. The rebels are dead.
They didn't look much like rebels to me. They were terrified.
I agree, but they didn't leave us much of a choice. We should head back to the God King.
Yeah, sure.
Huh. Intriguing. That's the way? This way, right?
I think I found your rebels. They attacked me.
You did? Show him. Show God King their flesh.
Sure. Here.
Yes, yes. Strange flesh people speak truth. It's them. You honest. You loyal. God King will answer your questions.
Do you live down here?
Down here? God King does not understand. There is only here. Here in the dark beyond.
Wait a moment. You and your people, you've always been living in these tunnels?
Of course! Where else would God King's people live? Dark beyond is death.
Huh. His ancestors must have found a secret entrance into these caves centuries ago. That's the only logical explanation.
The Dark Beyond?
Yes! Big city. Dark and cold. City of old gods. Evil place. Deadly place. God King protects Scions from evil in Dark Beyond.
Tell me more about that power. What is it?
Magic! Old magic. Learned from great-great-great-grandfather. Old God King. But to use, God King needs flesh. Fresh flesh of Scion on 13th day.
He might be talking about a primitive form of necromancy.
And it requires him to eat his people to use it.
Who knows? We all know how fond these priests of Nor are of their shady rituals.
Anyway, it's time for you to keep your end of the bargain. How do we get through this door? What are the words?
Are strange flesh people certain? They will die.
Just tell us the words.
God King understands. The words are... Kolan Zugar Ruge. Speak words to stone man, and door will open.
Shaper language.
We found a mummified corpse in the tunnels. It looked like a mage. Would you have anything to do with that?
Mage? God King not understand. Even if God King don't eat human flesh. Flesh smells strange. Like yours.
Well, but the body was there, and an arm was missing. It looked as if it had been chewed off.
Chewed off. But, oh, of course. God King's brother. He found corpse in lake. Tasted. Did not like. Threw away. Yes, that must be it. God King speaks truth.
You have a brother?
Brother in blood, yes. But not brother in soul. Brother vile creature. Brutal, lives in holes and eats Scions, not for power, but for joy.
We found a mummified corpse in the tunnels. It looked like a mage. Would you have anything to do with that?
Mage? God King not understand.
Well...
Chewed off.
You have a brother?
Brother in blood, yes. But not...
So...
To protect...
What do you protect?
From
See?
horror and all... Wait.
What?
God.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Thank you. Strange flesh people, good people. God King wishes they don't die.
I think we'll be off now.
Who is this? Good flesh, but not best. We'll feed power, but not... Here, take! Found in tunnels, but God King don't need. Now go! Find more meat for God King, more meat for power. God King will give treasure. Who is this? My strange flesh friends! Did they bring more meat? Ah, yes, they did! City goblins, is it not? God King likes. Chewy, yes, but good for power. God King thanks. God King very happy. Strange flesh people friends. Again, God King has treasure. Bring him more for final treasure.
Sure.
Interesting.
Speak the words.
Qualan Zagaruge.
You may pass.
It worked. Huh.
Let's find out what he was guarding, shall we?
Understood.
Nihal's hammer. This is beautiful.
I won't argue with that.
Do you feel that? Wind. We're getting close to the exit. Let's see.
Many tales have been told about Mulandir, the lost city of the Shapers. While some scholars go so far as to doubt its very existence, others claim that it was a utopia, an unconquerable city in a valley of never-ending summer. However, they all agree on one thing. Whoever finds it will go down in history.
By Nihalf, we found it. This is amazing.
I agree.
Now where can we find clues about the Bloodburn? Isgrim?
Huh? Did you say something?
I said, where should we start searching for clues? We need to find out more about the song.
The song. Yes, of course. Do you think we could rest for a moment first, though? I'd like to take some sketches of this place.
Well, how about we go back to Everlight to get some charcoal first? It's not as if we're in a hurry.
You're mean.
All right. I guess you have a point. The only problem is, deciphering the Shaper tongue isn't an easy task. We can't just walk in here and expect to find the answers we're looking for.
Then what do you suggest?
I assume the Nexus would be the best place to start. The heart of the city.
The Nexus?
Long story. In short, it's every Shaper city's core. It's where they drew the energy for their constructions from, where they created their devices, and where they stored their knowledge.
All right then, let's go.
Yes?
You got it. Sounds like a plan.
I'm sorry, but we don't understand.
Quaslan. Zaladar?
Punara Yuganzar. Zawayetu Kwanlar. Zanju. Nomyan Kesnai. Zanladar?
You speak their tongue?
A bit. I've never used it in an actual conversation, though. I still can't believe this is happening. We're talking to a living Shaper.
So you think this is actually the spirit of a Shaper?
It's not a spirit, Tahar. This man, he's neither dead, nor undead, nor alive. It's almost something like an ethereal puppet string is keeping his life force in place. Not enough for him to die, yet not enough for him to be truly alive.
How long has he been like that? Do you know?
No. But the signature of this magic that's surrounding him is unlike anything I've seen before.
So he's been trapped here for millennia? That's gruesome.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, you have to admire the power of this technology, though.
So, what did he say?
I don't think he was talking to us. He's not even entirely aware of our presence. I think he's gone completely insane.
Interesting.
We should kill him. Better safe than sorry.
Wait, what? Have you gone completely bonkers? This might be a living Shaper, for heck's sake. We're not just gonna murder him.
Fine. Then let's just keep exploring for now.
We better. Let's go find the Nexus.
Undead. Lots of them. How did they get here?
They could be Shapers, couldn't they?
Or Hibernians. Only because nobody in our era discovered Mullenbeer doesn't mean they didn't. Remember that mage in the caves?
Damn it! I need healing. Damn it! I need healing. All right.
Here we go.
Please. Help! Please!
Get ready!
Another ghost.
Huh. Intriguing.
More of them.
You read my mind.
This place is a bloody graveyard.
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go. Sure. You got it. Fair
Walking
enough.
corpses.
Let's do this.
Take them down. I'll keep you shielded.
Is this really necessary?
Get ready.
Fine.
Don't move.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here goes nothing.
There, another ghost.
Ah, yeah. Do you see that overgrown building? That's the Nexus. Nehof's hammer. It looks just like on the stone carvings.
Seems to be protected by some kind of barrier, though. How do we get past?
Excellent question. I doubt we can banish that barrier by force. Maybe... Huh, yeah. The ghost. He might know something.
Worth a try, I suppose. Let's head back.
Here we go.
I'm dead.
Whatever's necessary.
right, here goes nothing.
You'll this place is a bloody graveyard. Now would you look at
Punara Yuganza, Zawa Yetu Kwanlar. Zanzuvu Mijar, Zanladar, Zanzuvu Mijar.
Well then, Iskrim, can you ask him about the barrier?
Yes. Vorzan Devlar, Zawa Yetu Van Yaras?
What?
Van Drax, Verzan Devlar.
Punara Yuganza, Zawa Yetu Kanlar, Zanzvu Namyan Kesnai, Devlar.
Oh, I see.
So?
It's complicated, but I think I understand now. He's part of a defense mechanism, so to speak. His soul is bound to the city in order to protect it. I think he wants to be freed.
Does he know how the Shapers died? That's one of the greatest mysteries on Io.
I asked him that, but he didn't react. I think he knows, but his mind isn't able to process my question. It's sad. There's this source of Shaper knowledge, yet we cannot access it anymore.
Source of knowledge? That's a person you're talking to. Or was one. You know that, right?
I do. Doesn't make its existence less phenomenal.
If he's here to protect, why didn't he attack us?
Good question. Maybe the magic that controls him got weaker with the centuries.
And if we free him, will that banish the barrier?
Well, the problem is he's not alone. There are still 3 more of his kind here in Mullindir, and unless we free them all, it won't get us any closer to the Nexus.
Then we need to find them all. How do we free them?
Well, that's the thing. I might have misunderstood, but I think we need to fight and, well, kill him. It's the only way. Blazes, this is so ironic. Here we are, the first sentient beings to walk this city in millennia, and now...
Well, if we want to enter the Nexus, I doubt we have a choice. Also, they don't exactly seem too happy here. I know I wouldn't if I'd been roaming a deserted city as living dead for millennia.
I know. It's what they want.
I'm sorry.
Zalam Kar!
They will fall.
Is this really necessary?
What the? Something revived him.
The Godstone. Imprint our rune on the Godstone. That might sever the connection. What a waste.
Let's see what he has on him.
A shard. Wait. Tahar, that rune Lacane gave you, could you show it to me?
Sure.
Fascinating. They look alike.
How is that possible?
Good question. I suggest we take a closer look at it later in the Nexus. Now come. I'd like to get this pointless butchering over with as soon as possible.
I'll keep you shielded.
Get ready!
You read my mind. Will do.
Focus, Iria. Focus.
More fighting.
Get
Does
ready.
this never end?
All right, here goes nothing.
Danger up!
Interesting.
Blasted armor.
Would you look at that? It worked.
I was half expecting the city to blow up in our faces.
Now, wait. Do you hear that?
Niehaus hammer. Oh, fine.
Sure.
I'll keep...
I need help over here.
Tiara's breath. What in the blazes was that?
A steel guardian. It must have been. They are one of the many creatures the Shapers created to keep their cities safe.
Yeah, a giant walking armor with a bloody spiked club sure helped to ease their citizens' minds.
Well, it's dead now, and the path is clear. Let's find out what's behind that door.
Nexus or not, there's definitely an impressive energy radiating from behind that door. Kind of unsettling, to be honest. So, Tahar, do you want to go in?
Yes, just stay wary. We have no idea what to expect.
The stone doors fall shut behind you as you step through the overgrown arch, and you are met by an almost eerie silence. Yet you immediately feel a presence, a power long forgotten, waiting for someone or something to wake it from its slumber. The Nexus must be nearby.
Incredible. So, this is the Nexus?
The upper levels. We'll need to go further down to find the heart. Come.
So, what's the plan?
All right, why not?
More
Go.
fighting.
Don't let
Does
down
this
your
never
guard.
end?
Whatever's necessary.
I'll take a look.
That's the way?
Sounds like a plan.
Blazes, that thing is huge. Help! Please!
Sure.
Tiara's breath, we're in for a fight. Danger up ahead.
got it.
This way, right?
Sure.
Understood.
That way? Huh. Interesting.
Got it.
Sounds like a plan.
To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled. One thing is clear: none of their marvels would have been possible without an incredible amount of magical energy. According to Iskrim, this is it. The heart of the Nexus. The source of the Shaper's power.
Well, blow me down with a feather. And here I thought this couldn't get any more impressive.
Then I'm guessing we got lucky? This is the Nexus?
Yes. We've found Mullendear's heart. So, as I said already to Har, if we're to find out anything about the Bloodburn in this city, it'll be here. Do you see that massive pillar in the center? That's where the Shapers drew their energy from. They used it to communicate, to store knowledge, to power the mechanisms in their city, and to build some of their most magnificent creations.
So this is also some kind of archive?
Well, not in the traditional sense. I doubt you'll find a lot of books here.
Huh. And where exactly does that energy they channel in here come from? What is it?
Well, that's one of the great Shaper mysteries. There's many theories and few facts. But the most likely one is that it draws from some kind of world essence, the same we mages use to cast magic.
If something like that exists, why have I never heard about it before?
As I've said, it's just one of many theories. I might be completely mistaken.
What did they create? Just creatures?
Well, obviously just a few very select items, such as, I suppose, the runes we found. Only the most skilled of their craftsmen were allowed to work on that altar you see over there. Being Zaklar, a runesmith, was one of the most respected positions in Shaper society, and only those of the priest caste were even considered. I'm guessing that whatever miracle allowed them to create these ghost watchers outside was also manufactured here.
Did you just say they used this place to communicate?
Yes. Apparently, some Shapers were able to communicate with each other by thought alone.
I've heard about that. But what does this Nexus have to do with it?
Well, their telepathy wasn't an innate skill. It was something the higher castes learned through somehow joining their minds to that pillar.
They were connected.
And you're sure that wasn't just a rumor? A lot of the scholars idealize the Shapers.
That might be true, but their telepathy is mentioned in many of the stone tablets, not just from the Shapers themselves, but also from the few races who dared to defy them. They almost described them as demigods.
Well, that does sound useful.
And a little bit scary.
Nihav's hammer. Do you feel that?
Energy. Seems there's still some left.
Yeah. And what's that? Looks like some kind of anvil?
Could that be where the Shapers forged their creations?
Very likely so, yes. Wait. How about a little experiment? That strange rune Lacane gave you. Could I, borrow it for a moment?
What for?
As I said, a little experiment. These shards we found on the ghosts outside. I think I might be able to combine them with our rune.
All right. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, that's interesting.
What?
The runes. They look alike.
So, Lacane gave us a Shaper rune?
Might be, yeah.
He seemed to think it was a gift from Aenir.
Interesting. Well, I personally don't believe in Aenir handing out gifts to his followers, but as you can tell by the godstones all over the city, he played a role in the Shaper's faith too. So, technically, it could be both a Shaper rune and a gift from the Allfather.
He seemed to think it...
So, technically...
And you're still sure you want to do this?
I am. It may take a while, so I suggest you take a look around in the meantime.
What's that?
Looks like a map of Fiara. A very old one.
Can that help us somehow?
I think so, yes. You see those markings? Glyphs. They look like someone carved them into the stone.
Can you make out what they say?
I've been trying, but...
Yes, that's it. Over here, quickly!
Isgrim?
Ah, there you are. I was right, it worked. Look!
I don't see anything.
Just take a look. Here, Tar.
What the heck just happened? What did you do?
I don't know. The rune. It must have reacted to you somehow, Tahar.
Yes, but why? What did you do to it?
I joined it with the shards we found on the Ghost Watchers. I'm guessing that caused some kind of magical reaction when you, as the rune owner, touched it.
So we're bound to the city now?
No, of course not. But I think the rune got stronger. Still, I'll have to do more research on this. I can't help but feeling that these runes are an ocean and we've merely touched the surface.
Let's just hope there isn't a monster on the bottom.
Anyway, what now? We still haven't learned anything new about the Bloodburn or the song.
That's right, we haven't. But while I was working on the rune, a thought occurred to me. Remember how I told you that some of the higher caste Shapers were able to communicate by thought alone, by telepathy? Frankly, I believe that's exactly what the song is. Telepathy.
You mean we're hearing the thoughts of a Shaper?
The Shapers are extinct, so no. But it might be someone else using Shaper magic or a sort of mental echo. The memories of the dead.
I'm not sure what you mean by a mental echo.
Well, the Shapers left all kinds of traces, didn't they? And those specters we fought on the surface are proof that their magic is still prevalent. Also, we know they use telepathy to communicate, so who knows? Maybe this song is just a lost, forgotten thought that somehow made it through the millennia.
That's almost poetic.
The song is telepathy. You mean, what we are hearing?
Isn't an actual sound, but a thought translated by your mind, yes. That explains why not everybody hears it, doesn't it?
Why do we then?
Probably because of our magical gifts. It makes sense, doesn't it?
So, somebody is talking in our heads. That's bizarre. Be that as it may, how does that get us any closer to finding a cure for the Bloodburn?
Because it tells us what has to be done next. Reactivate the Nexus.
Why?
Because it might allow us to do the same thing that the Shapers did. Join our minds to that pillar. We could connect to the collective subconscious of an extinct race, which then again could help us understand the song and its origin.
That sounds intriguing. How do we reactivate it, though?
Good question.
but I believe those two pedestals have something to do with it. I'm pretty sure they're what used to be conjuring the energy of this place.
And they're empty. So we need to find whatever was in there, don't we? A power source.
Yeah. The only question is how.
I think I have an idea. Let's get back to that map. I think Iskrim should take a look at it. Here we go. What do you make of this, Iskrim?
A map of Old Fiara. By Nehalf, this is incredible.
Yes, but I was talking about those markings. They look as though they were added manually, don't they? I've started translating them already, but I'm stuck. Can you take a shot?
Let me see. Zaganar Zavuladun. Stones of... Wait. You're right. The Stones of the Essence and their location.
Stones of the Essence? So they are the power sources we're looking for.
They must be, yes.
But why would someone hide the stones and then mark their location?
Who says someone hid them? Maybe they were just brought somewhere else. It's common knowledge that the last years of the Shapers were chaotic, and they might have had a good reason to abandon this nexus.
Then maybe it's not a good idea to bring them back, don't you think?
Well, the thing is, without the stones, we're stuck. We need this place up and running to understand the song. Even if my theory about it being telepathy is wrong, without power, we can't access the archive neither.
Then we need to find them.
Absolutely. And I suggest we start right away.
Hold your horses. We're not getting these stones anytime soon.
Why?
Because if that map is anywhere near accurate, one of those stones is located in what's now Aeonir's Blade. No point going in there without an army.
The Iron Falcons. Right.
Iron Falcons?
You don't know. The Iron Falcons are an order that is protecting the tomb of Foil Darg. They're fighting the world's end, so to speak. What about the other marking, Iria? Maybe...
Hold on. The Foil Darg? The ancient evil?
Yeah, them. According to the lore, the Guardians locked them in this tomb. But the seal has gotten weaker as time went by, so for over 800 years, the Iron Falcons have been protecting it. I'm surprised you know so little of your own country's lore, Tahar.
Well, my father was never interested in old myths.
The Fieldar aren't a myth, not at all. If it weren't for the Falcons, Fiara would be history by now. That's not to say they're a likable bunch. Word has it that they're fanatically religious, self-righteous pricks. But I guess living in the desert with only skeletons to keep you company does that to you.
What about the other marking?
That one's even worse. This land where the marking points to doesn't even exist anymore. It's right in the Black Sea.
Damn it, you're right. But, that doesn't necessarily mean that this island doesn't exist anymore, does it? Maybe the cartographers of our era simply haven't discovered it yet. We could build a ship, right? Sail there and find out.
Yeah, maybe. But again, for that we need support. Someone who can provide us with influence, money, and at least some troops against whatever we'll face there. Not to mention the fact, Tahar, that your former general has probably already sent his dogs on us.
Ideas?
What about that village mayor, Clara Farland? Didn't she tell us something about certain friends she has?
True. And there was a shapeshifter.
Yeah, though I still don't think this is a good idea. How about the Moorhair elves? You told me they're investigating the Bloodburn too, didn't you?
We fought them in Leonon. I doubt they'll be eager to cooperate.
They know they made a mistake. That Scryer, she snapped, and given General Noria's intentions, she wasn't even that wrong to do so. I'm pretty sure they'll listen to what we have to say, especially if they're struggling with the Bloodburn themselves.
All right, it might be worth a try.
For decades, the Mohir elves, exiled from Finan Mir, have roamed Io in search of a new home. In Nortander, they were promised lands of their own. But as the Mage Rebellion arose, they were quickly forgotten. Now, years later, they have taken shelter in a nomadic settlement in Leafshade, a dense, dangerous jungle, amidst the no-man's land between Utran and Wolfgar.
All right. The Morhir settlement should be a little further to the north.
How long have the Morhir been living here?
Well, they left Finn and Mir about 30 years ago, and they were sent to settle here 8 years after their arrival. So that's 22 years now.
Quite long, considering Leafshade was just meant to be a stopover.
I'm sure they feel the same way. But then again, I understand why finding a new home for fugitive elves wasn't on top of the Crown's priority list after the Mage Wars broke out.
All right then, what's the plan?
Well, I suggest we try to find their settlement first and then talk to their scryers. They're the ones who make the decisions.
Good. Then lead the way.
Uh-huh.
This looks like a beaten path. I think it should take us to the village.
Sure. Here we go. Get ready!
Blasted armor.
Will do.
That way?
Tiara's breath. What was that?
No idea. That man looked completely mad, as if something had eaten away his mind.
I'll keep you shielded.
Let me see.
Fine.
You read my mind.
More fighting. Does this never end?
You got it.
Help, please.
Sure.
they will fall. Help, please.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
All right.
All right, why not? That's the way?
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Danger up ahead.
You read my mind.
Help, please.
All right, here goes nothing. Here we go.
Help, please.
That way?
Whatever's necessary.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Please.
Sure. Get ready!
Ah! Fine. Help!
All right, here goes nothing. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Is this really necessary?
I'll keep you shielded.
Help.
They will fall.
All right.
You read my mind.
Help, please.
Here we go.
This way, right? All right, why not?
Get ready!
Danger up ahead. Ah.
Blasted armor.
Is this the village?
Should be. And don't ask me why there's no one guarding the entrance.
Let's take a look around.
Can't believe we're still having this discussion. Tell me, Arlen, where was Ellen in all those years when our people were on the run? Just face it, she never helped us. None of the Guardians did.
Well, maybe they would have if it weren't for heretics like you. We are Ellen's children, all of us.
We are the children of our mothers and our fathers, for heck's sake. If you are so pious, then why did you leave Finn and Mir in the first place? What we need is rationality and reason, not praying to the gods that have left us.
Heresy, Vardad. This is heresy.
Let's see.
What? Who are you? Who let you in?
The gate was unguarded.
Really? Next thing you know, this place is being overrun by undead because the guards have all gathered to hear us bicker. You're from Gravefell, aren't you? I recognize that accent. I'm Arlen Finriar, first scryer of this settlement. What do you want?
I'm looking for allies, but let me start from the beginning.
Ah, so, you're Isamo Taha's child. Well, you're lucky, I believe, that the Guardians have given us all a free will. I can see that you're nothing like your father, and it's true that the Bloodburn has to be ended. I can agree with those crazy cultists on that much.
So, you're going to help us?
I would if I could, but as you may have gathered by now, we have our own battle to fight here. Ellen has cursed us.
Who is the other elf? The one you were arguing with?
A misguided fool. And sadly one with a very influential father, who made him the second scryer of this township.
Does this town have a name?
It does. Lathwain, which roughly translates as respite.
Respite? Sounds kind of temporary.
Well, it is. I don't know how familiar you are with our history, but after the Finnenmere exiled us, we were promised lands by the Queen. Then the Mage Wars came, and understandably our promised home wasn't of importance anymore.
That incident in Leonon won't make the Lord Marshal more sympathetic to your cause. You broke the White Mist Treaty.
Yes, and it was a horrible mistake. But the people were scared, particularly because Merilith did an excellent job at instilling fear and telling them that our little problem could be fixed by sending a group of scholars into Northander territory. And what good did it do? Nothing. You'd think that this failure would have shown the Moria how incapable Merilith is as a leader, but sadly, it didn't.
This looks like a nice enough place, though.
Well, save for the undead roaming through the forests and attacking us each night, yes.
I see. So Leafshade is only a stopover?
Yes. We will find our true home someday. I'm sure of that.
Ellen has cursed you?
Yes. Our lands are withering, and every 1 in 10 elves loses his mind. Their eyes turn black, they salivate like animals, and attack everything in sight.
And you think Ellen has inflicted this curse upon you?
I know. You see, since we Moria left Finnenmere, more and more of our people have fallen away from our faith. Some even blame the Guardians for our exile. Briefly put, we were cast out of the Finnenmere Empire after we expressed doubts about the Elven Council.
Yes, I know the story.
As you can imagine, the years we spent on the road searching for a new home were strenuous. And as a result of that, more and more of our people lost faith in the Guardians, which is ironic, since our faith was one of the reasons we were cast out in the first place.
Well, you can't deny that the Guardians have become weaker.
That is true. But have you ever wondered why?
I guess you have?
Yes, indeed. They have withdrawn from this world because people have stopped believing. It has always been our belief, our unwavering faith, that had made them strong. Without it, there simply is no reason for them to care anymore.
You're assuming the Guardians behave like little children, take away their sweets, and they run off crying or start throwing tantrums.
It's not that simple. But I doubt this is the right time for a theological discussion.
Probably not.
And what does all this have to do with the corruption?
Isn't it obvious? It's Ellen's punishment for us turning our backs on her.
You mean...
Yes. Ellen has protected our kind for millennia. And now, we have betrayed her. This is her punishment.
If it is a curse by Ellen, how can it be cured?
Of course. Despite all we have done, Ellen still considers us her children. What she wants is for us to remember her, to return to our true faith. In other words, it is a trial. All we need to do is to trust in Ellen's guidance. Then we will find a way to lift the curse.
If you're the first scryer, why do you need Merilith's approval?
Because that's how the Moria law demands it. The Council has to come to a mutual agreement, otherwise we cannot take action.
What do the other scryers think about that? How many are there?
4. 2 of them are with me, 2 with Merilith. You see the problem.
Isn't it more likely that this is simply the way elves react to the bloodburn?
No. Although rare, there have been cases of bloodburn among the Moria too, and they display exactly the same symptoms as humans. Varden Merilith simply likes to ignore that because it doesn't fit into his nice little theory. Also, why does it only occur in Leafshade, and only outside the city walls? The plague doesn't know borders.
If we help you lift this curse, would you be willing to ally yourselves with us?
Well, the bloodburn is a scourge for all races, so, yes. Should you help us, I could take up the matter with the other scryers. But let me think about it first, will you? This isn't something I can decide on the spot.
Oh, great. Now you've fed them the same nonsense. Well done, Finrior. Well done. If there's anyone... Salangar. A pure blood. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any better.
Not what I'd call myself. I haven't been in Finn and Mir for 8 years.
Is that so? Well, who am I to judge? Who let you in?
There weren't any guards.
What? Great. Just great. This is getting better and better. But please, forgive my manners. I'm Varden Merilith, second scryer of Lathwain. Who are you? And what do you want? Are you with the soldiers?
Soldiers?
The army folk. But if you have to ask, I suppose you're on your own. Tell me then, what brings you here?
That's a long story.
So you're the corporal from Lianon? Well, that's a surprise. I know the story, and once more I would like to apologize for what Scryer Elion did. She should not have opened fire. And also, I would like to express my admiration for your courage. I know you refused to carry out the order your general gave you.
How?
A scout observed the conversation you had with that man. Either way, your story sounds bizarre, but I don't think you are lying. And after the events in Lianon, it's only fair if we help you now. To make up for it. Not to mention the fact that the bloodburn needs to be stopped.
So you'll provide us with troops?
It's not that simple. I have to bring up the matter before the other scryers, and they all have to agree. But not now. We currently have our own sack of problems to deal with.
Are you the leader of this place?
One of them, yes. I'm the second scryer, and the Moorhere Council is made up of 6 scryers in total. 7, actually, but our eldest passed away recently. Which complicates the decision-making, as you can imagine.
What problems do you have?
The short version? Leafshade has been struck by the bloodburn. Elves and animals are affected, and for some reason it has a different effect on us than it has on your race. It corrupts us.
Corrupts?
Drives us mad. And if that weren't enough, the Council can't decide on a course of action. Pathetic, isn't it? People are dying, but all we do is bicker.
Where do you and Finrior disagree?
Oh, that's simple. Finrior claims that the corruption has nothing to do with the bloodburn, but is a curse of the Guardians. Of Ellen, to be precise.
I take it you have a different view on that.
I do. The Guardians are gone. This is a fact we have to deal with.
So where do you think this corruption comes from?
As I said, I think it's just how we elves react to the bloodburn.
We were attacked by an old elf near the village. He seemed to have gone mad. Was that this corruption?
If he had been drooling like a rabid animal and his skin had been covered in blisters full of pus, then yes. You said he was old?
Yes.
Then it might have been old Ravel. He went out hunting a week ago and never returned. Blazes. What a mess.
How many of you are affected?
Not as many as in your kind. 1 in 10, maybe. And for some reason, the infection only spreads outside the city borders.
As I said, I'm trying to find a cure for the bloodburn. Maybe I might be able to help.
You want this alliance to happen as quick as possible, don't you? Well, yes, maybe your knowledge about the Bloodburn could indeed help us. Give me a moment to think this through, will you? There are some things I need to consider.
All right.
Varden, please, would you mind leaving these travelers alone with your obscure theories?
I'm sure.
Now what?
Well, if there's any way to get their support, it's by helping them cure this corruption.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating, isn't it? I say we help the old one, Finrir. Merilith seems a tad too convinced of himself for my liking.
Then let's let them know.
Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
Understood. Now what you...
Salagar, this is getting ridiculous. If nothing happens, we'll still be arguing in our graves. Tell me, your offer, does it still stand? An outsider who isn't dependent on the councils could be just what we need.
Where do you and Finrir... I take it you have...
I do. The Guardian...